Hi there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to talk about 10 classic shoe brands that will probably never go out of style. Some of these brands have been around for over 100 years, and so it's pretty safe to say that they're going to be here for probably another 100 years. So if you're reselling like I am and you're looking for popular brands that are always going to attract buyers, or if you're just looking to purchase for yourself a classic shoe that you know is going to stand the test of time, then stay tuned and find out what are the 10 most popular shoe brands in the United States and also pretty much worldwide, especially in Europe. I predominantly sell on Poshmark, and throughout the years I've noticed that my shoe section does really well. I tend to focus a lot of attention on shoes regardless. However, I do notice that compared to like tops, for example, shoes are always going to be one of the best-selling items. I love shoes. I'm just one of those people who love shoes. Who doesn't, right? I tend to invest a lot of my time and effort into picking out those kind of classic lifestyle, more athletic shoes that are going to last a really long time. I'll show you some pairs that I have. These are my own, from my own collection, and some of these, especially the Nikes, I've had for like over 5 years and they still look brand new. So let's get started. I'm going to do a little bit of like a dive into some of these companies, how they started, where they started, what are their most popular styles, and go from there. So these aren't in any particular order. Definitely like the first 5 are probably the most classic and well-known, but they're all pretty much very well-known brands. So the first brand I'm going to talk about is super popular in the United States. I've been wearing this brand probably since I was at least in middle school, if not elementary school. My daughter wears them, my husband wears them, I still wear them. So this brand is Converse. Jack Purcell as well. They're not as popular, I feel like, as the traditional Converse All-Stars, Chuck Taylor, Chucks, but I love Jack Purcell's. I want them to make a comeback. I feel like they were really popular in the 90s, and most of these shoes have definitely regenerated their cycle and they're back in fashion now, especially the Converse high tops. On the low tops too, I'll show you my most recent Converse that I wear all the time. These are low tops, but they're a little bit unique as they have like a platform on them. They're suede burgundy, but I usually don't buy low tops. I usually go for the high tops, but I thought these were so cool with that extra platform. So Converse are an American shoe company that were founded in 1908 in Massachusetts. So it's safe to say that they're probably going to be around for another 100 years or more. So definitely get your hands on these. They're a hot selling brand as well. So the second classic shoe brand that everyone's heard of worldwide is Nike. So I personally love Nike, and for me, I feel like those are the shoes that I'm purchasing to actually perform in, to do my workouts in, to do my running. Nike are fashionable, but they're also, you know, with some of the other brands, they do look athletic, but you're not necessarily going to wear them to go do a sport, if that makes sense. But for Nike, you're going to wear them to look fashionable, but you're also going to wear them to be active. So Nike was founded in 1964, which after doing research on these companies, I feel like isn't like really that long ago as far as shoe brands go, and they just took off. I love Nike shoes because they're lightweight and they still perform really well. So these shoes I bought over 5 years ago. These are lace up Nike Frees, and they still look like brand new. I mean, I wear them all the time. So a third classic brand, these are also more performance oriented as well, but they're actually bringing back some of their vintage styles and really have made like a lifestyle out of these shoes that are predominantly were at one time meant for performance only, but now a lot of people are purchasing this brand again to wear as more of like an athleisure style. And I'm just loving some of these throwback styles that they're now selling in the retail stores again. So Reebok was founded in 1895 in England. Their popularity in America really took off in the 80s and 90s with the aerobics craze, and that's when you really saw a big surge of Reebok come over to the States. So right now in my closet, I purchased these part of my Halloween costume this year. And I really do love these. These are like, they're meant for like to be tennis shoes, and they have the exact color of the tennis ball. So if these don't sell, I might even just keep them. I've just never purchased shoes this bright before, even for like sneakers. So it's taking me a little bit to get used to, but I feel like I could wear these with leggings and make them work. And this color actually is becoming quite trendy at the moment and across all different shoe brands. This color is really becoming popular. So right now they're listed in my Poshmark closet, but I'm on the fence with these. They're so comfortable, end up just keeping them. So this next brand actually acquired Reebok, and it is in its own, it's a standalone brand. It's the second most popular brand in the world behind Nike. So Adidas was actually started in Germany, and these two brothers, they started what was called the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory in their mom's house. That poor mom. I mean, these two boys were shoveling out shoe factory in her house. But it ended up working out really well. Basically, in 1924, the Dassler Brothers Shoe Company was found. And they had a sibling rivalry in 1949. And the brothers split and they went their separate ways. And one of the brothers created Adidas, and the other brother created the next brand we will discuss. Adidas, it's the #2 shoe brand in the world. So whoever that brother was, I don't know if it was the older brother or the younger brother, but he kind of won. So basically, Adidas shoes are well known for their 3 stripes. My personal favorites are the white on whites. So these are the Adidas that I have right now that I'm wearing. So Adidas are definitely one of those athleisure, lifestyle, fashion choices, but they're also really well performing in the soccer world. But they also do something else like no other brand does. Their slides. I always have a pair of Adidas slides. These are my newest that I got. These are the traditional black with the pink. I mean, these are just a must-have. These also, if you get your hands on these for resale, these sell like instantly because they're always cycling out different styles and different colors. So Rudolph, you and your brother got into some huge fight and you were like, you know what? I don't need you. I'm gonna go make a shoe company and call it Puma. I mean, Pumas are amazing shoes. So Puma is a multinational corporation. They are a worldwide brand and they are headquartered in Germany. They also make a lot of apparel, just like Adidas. So actually, now that I know that Adidas and Puma are sibling brands, I do see a lot of similarities between those two brands. Adidas does suede as well, but I feel like Puma is really well known for their suede shoes. So these are my daughter's Pumas, but they are so pretty, these sea green suede Pumas. So Puma's most popular styles, in my opinion, are always going to be the suede with the lace up. They're big in the soccer world as well, but they are a big like lifestyle brand. So this next brand is a personal favorite. I've been wearing this brand since middle school as well, but they're not as popular, but I feel like they are making their way into, especially into the States. They're really popular in European markets, and that brand is Superga. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's an Italian brand. I love their shoes. They're like just a classic, like a dock shoe or a pier shoe, walking shoes, and they're super stylish. So this is the pair I have. In Supergas, I like to lace mine straight across. I just feel like it looks cuter. And then they're made of the canvas, and they have their little signature wide tag here displaying their logo. So you can really see this well in the pair that I purchased for my daughter for spring. These are too big for her right now, but they have the classic raised rubber sole. This is what's really unique to the Superga brand, is their sole. So these are being sold everywhere in the States now. They were founded in 1911 in Italy. They're another brand that's been around 100 years now, or no, 110 years. So this next brand is more, definitely more of a fashion brand, but they were actually founded by a doctor in Germany who had an ankle injury. Based off of his injury, or he needed a special type of shoe, and he created Doc Martens. So if you were a kid in the 90s, you know how desirable these shoes were to be considered cool. If you had a pair of Doc Martens, you were set, especially if you had the 8-eyelet burgundy 1460s, then hands down, you were a cool kid in the 90s. Well, guess what? These shoes were actually the very first pair that was manufactured in England. They're still around, the cherry 8-eyelet. I got my daughter a pair of hot pink patent leather 1460s. I just think these are the cutest shoes in the world. So basically, I purchased them and she fit right into them right as I purchased them. So she was only able to wear them a couple times. I wish I would have sized up in these, but they're just adorable for kids. The thing about Doc Martens is they are just so durable and they're mostly weatherproof, and they just look so cute, I feel like, with like a flowy dress or even just dressing down. So this next brand, I don't know if I'm partial to, because this brand was so popular where I grew up in Southern California, but I feel like it definitely, you know, is a worldwide brand, especially popular all across the United States. Kind of like a subculture brand as far as being initially produced as a skater shoe for skateboarding. And they were actually created in 1966 in Anaheim, California. So they're really well known in like the slip-on, canvas slip-on, which is my go-to, my favorite. And then they have their lace-up as well. My husband is a hardcore skateboarder. Even in his 40s, he has a skateboard, and he's always getting these slip-ons. So they're really huge in the skater world, but I feel like they're one of those classics as well. Those, especially the slip-ons, are just like a super good classic. So this next brand is relatively new in the shoe world, but I feel like it's here to stay. And it's one of those brands that is probably going to end up becoming a classic. And so I don't know if you guys also thought that the name was Skechers with a T, but it's not. It's Skechers. There's no T. This brand was founded in Manhattan Beach in 1992 in the 90s. So the guy who started this company actually founded LA Gear. So I totally remember LA Gear sneakers. Those were like so in the 90s. But Skechers are coming around now more in the 2000s, and they're still around. I feel like mostly because of how lightweight they are, but they are just, they perform so well in sales. So they're worth over $5 billion. They're publicly traded, and they're the third largest shoe brand in the United States behind Adidas and Nike. So Skechers are here to stay. For me personally, I don't think they're the most fashionable shoes, but I do like wearing them just because they're so comfortable and they're lightweight. The pair I'm rocking right now are like these lightweight, almost look like they're sneakers, but they're not. This is just their regular slide, and then they just created like a lace up here. So I thought these were cute. These are like light as a feather. So the last classic shoe brand, I was so surprised these were actually created and developed in California. I had no idea. I thought they were for sure Australia, and now you know what brand I'm talking about. Love them or hate them. So these were actually founded in the late 70s in California by a surfer from Australia. But technically, he was living in LA in Santa Monica when he developed Uggs. So I know these became super popular in the 2000s. I remember Ugg boots back when they were pretty much original Uggs, and I always thought they were so cute, and I still love Uggs. I don't wear them as much as I used to, but I'll show you the pair that I have right now. So this is a pair that I'm wearing this season. They're black, fuzzy, and they have like a little lace up, so I wanted to stray away from the more traditional slip-on, and I thought these were super cute. They look so cute with black leggings. They are so comfortable. So UGG has a huge problem with counterfeiting, and I would be very careful, especially when you're reselling UGGs, to make sure they are the real deal, especially even when you're purchasing them for yourself. I've seen reviews on Amazon, even like an Amazon authenticated retailer at one time was selling Uggs that look like Uggs, but they were not. They ended up being fake. So you can tell by the bottom of the sole if they're fake Uggs or real. That's one of the ways to determine that. So if you see this on the sole of my Uggs, it says Ugg. And on all authentic Ugg shoes, they will have Ugg somewhere within the rubber of the sole. So Uggs are still headquartered in California in Goleta, and they are worth almost $2 billion. So in my opinion, Uggs are here to stay. Love them or hate them. I personally love them. So these are, in my opinion, the top 10 shoe brands, classic shoe brands that are not going anywhere. They do super well on a line to sell and also just to have. So one honorable mention brand that I do want to mention would be New Balance. New Balance definitely are also seeing a resurgence. They are an American company and they were founded in 1906. That is 115 years ago. New Balance are fashionable, but they're also definitely like a performance shoe. I would rank them. For me, I would purchase a New Balance as a performance shoe. So here's my New Balance. I wear these to do things and like workout things. So as in addition to my Nikes, I think New Balance and Nikes and Reebok are those three brands that look cute and also you're going to break a sweat in. They have their classics, the 220 and the 990 are like their classics that you can't go wrong. And this company is worth $4.5 billion. So I hope you guys found some shoe brands in here that you really love and you're excited to see them on, in my opinion, 10 classic shoe brands that are not going anywhere, are great investments, and are just great quality as well. So whether you're reselling or looking to purchase for yourself or as gifts, I feel like pick from one of these 10 brands. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.